So let me get into a more specific representation of what I was talking about. This dude, Barbarossa, who takes on this the vocal fluctuations of Baptist, South Baptist preacher, you know, singing "Hail Mary" to the flock, who he knows are weak, and tells them what they want to hear. You know, the old attitude that if you're not with us, then you're against us. You know, the American way. You're either this or you're that, and if you're that, then you're an enemy, and if you're this, then you're a friend. And you're a friend only when you tell us things that we want to hear. If you give us hope, if you tell us lies that we want to believe in. So he raises his hand to the Lord. He says, "Let's join hands, brothers. I'm going to save you from this wicked world, from the Satan that is woman." And they cheer him on because they are the victims of themselves, the products of sheltering. Their mothers and fathers should not have had kids, but there they are. They can't cope with the world, so now they need a reason to dismiss it. They need a reason to explain why they're suffering, why they're so weak and so inferior. And instead of blaming themselves and trying to find that in themselves, correct that in themselves, they project that outwards as a resentment towards otherness. It could be anybody. This is classic victim behavior. The same methods are used also, you know, the methods of intimidation, little casual remarks, you know, bragging, style over substance, claiming that because you don't have something, in other words, your weakness is really a strength. Like, ha ha, I don't pay child alimony, or look at me, I have no mortgage, I'm not a wage slave. I wonder how the fuck he pays his bills if he's not a wage slave. Is he a thief? Does he sell drugs? What does he do? He's some kind of slave. He's the offspring of slaves, isn't he? And they too were freed using similar methods based on the same ideals. And just like women are not responsible for the ideals that emancipated them, the Negroes are not responsible for the ideas, the philosophies that emancipated them. They were just the happy recipients of white man's thinking, of white man's decadence, so to speak. So this internet preacher of hope only picks on little girls or little boys, little faggots he can find and he can tear apart because they're easy. And then his brothers, you know, they cheer him on. Hallelujah, brother, they tell him. Yes, say it as it is. Say it as it is. Hallelujah. And every time they cheer him on, he gets a little puff in his chest. You know, he gets a little, his head becomes a little bigger. His chest becomes a little thicker. His voice starts reverberating. He starts becoming aggressive, excited. Have you seen chimpanzees in the forest? If he's discovered, then he goes back to the softer approach, you know. I feel your pain, brother. You know, I'm only here to help you. If you give me your hands, if you open your mind to me, I can save you. He has the message, you know, he's the Messiah. He's gonna save these boys from themselves. Of course, all of these boys, they're the ones who would defend the very principles that are causing their own woes. They will say paternalism is bad, and yet here they are, victims of the loss of paternalism. But they can't accept that because, you know, they were brainwashed into thinking certain words are bad. Just the mere mentioning of certain words makes them react without even knowing why. You know, just say Hitler or Nazi or liberal or communist. I mean, it's gotten so bad that communists in the United States have to mask themselves, have to call themselves other names. They have to call themselves, let's say, what was that name that we're using? The Venus Project. You know, it's a communist ideology, and yet it's communism with technology. So they give it a different name, so it becomes more marketable to a population brought up in post-war America. brainwashed then, where the word communism is evil or government is evil. This is the level of indoctrination we're talking about. Anyways, that's what I gotta say. And if some of what I said was hateful or racist or sexist, fuck you. It's another way of mind control and censorship. And what does that Barbarossa say? Shaming. He uses shaming against women, but he doesn't like it when it's used against him. That's why he's a hypocrite, a liar. And if he's not that, then he's a stupid fuck, imbecile. But I love that kind. I feed off of it. I love these bullies, because I'm the bully of the bullies. Ta ta.